So Iron Banner is back, and if any of you Destiny players, for non-Destiny players, Iron Banner is pretty much this huge, like, week-long event that pretty much allows you to get really good gear from competing in multiplayer. And the difference between regular multiplayer and Iron Banner has level advantages. So if you're a higher level compared to somebody that's a lower level, the best chance is the higher level is going to be able to take them down better. Not always the case, but that's mostly what it is. So whenever I'm not a higher light, I usually do not so well, but sometimes I do pretty good. It just depends. So on Monday, I was watching Family Guy with my family, because usually how we do it is whenever we're like making dinner, or like whenever we eat dinner or anything, we usually watch TV, and most of the time we always just watch like Family Guy, American Dad, Brickleberry, stuff like that. And whenever we don't have anything to watch, that's all we watch. Like, we'll literally sit there and watch the entire series, start to finish, that's on Netflix, and then just go off to some other series. But the reason I'm mentioning this is because I was watching the episode where it was about spoilers for anybody that is interested in watching Family Guy and hasn't gotten that far. It was an episode where Joe cheated on Bonnie, and it was funny because I watched the part where Joe's telling Peter about how him and Bonnie met, and in the background I hear "Africa" by Toto. And it's funny because that's like me and my older cousin, that's one of our favorite songs. So when I got into the party with him, I turned on the song in the headset, and next thing you know, we were just singing it, and it was so funny. And at that moment, I had realized something about myself that most people would consider to be a guilty pleasure, but for me personally, I have no shame in admitting anything that I enjoy doing as far as video games or music or anything like that. So what I discovered about myself is, do you mind, ISIS? Do you mind? So I found out that I have a huge love for 80s pop music, and most of you guys are gonna be like, what? And it's literally, how am I gonna explain this? When most people think of pop music, they think of like Madonna and Michael Jackson, which I enjoy me some good MJ, don't get me wrong, but I'm talking like one-hit wonder. So what the? Okay, and I don't appreciate you fucking me like that, Bubba. So I'm talking like Take Me Home by Eddie Money, Cyndi Lauper, I forget the name of the artist, but the song's called Circle in This. I got quadded by a freaking golden gun. Cute. But yeah, anything like Eddie Money, Toto, stuff like that, I'm a huge fan of it. And also, that kind of goes for like R&B also, because like I enjoy Justin Timberlake a lot. I don't care. But it's funny though, because most people would be like, why in the world would you say that? That's considered a guilty pleasure. It's like, nah, I don't really care. Because, one, being a musician, I have huge respect for all forms of music, no matter how ridiculous it may sound, because it usually takes time and effort to make music, so I don't really try to hate on music. But yeah, like, it's funny because it's also the same way with video games and pretty much anything else, because you guys are going to think this is funny. She's just going to keep running. I can't even get through the door without getting fucked. But you guys are gonna think this guilty pleasure is funny, because one video game I've been getting into recently is Adventure Time, Finn and Jake Investigations. Yeah. Oh my god. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of like Adventure Time, so it's like watching it is it literally, we spent like a whole summer, me, my cousin, my brother, and both my cousins and my brother watching it, and it was pretty hilarious because we were just sitting there mimicking all the characters and stuff like that. It was just fun. Honestly, as far as guilty pleasures go, I don't think anyone should be ashamed of anything like that. TV shows, music, anything like that. You should never be ashamed of what you watch or anything, because it's what you enjoy. People make fun of you for it, but you know what? You're having fun, so that's all that matters.
5 minutes remaining.
You wanna know what is an issue, though? Getting shitty loot from Iron Banner. I work my ass off for this shit, and this is what I get. Fuck you. Oh my god. I can't believe it took me a whole game to remember this. So, speaking of TV shows like Family Guy, there's one show in particular I want to talk about real quick. So, I don't know how many of you guys have heard of it. It's it's not that big of a show. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. It's called Rick and Morty. Now, who the fuck am I kidding? Oh, shit. There was no hope for me, no matter how hard I tried. But yeah, most people know about Rick and Morty. I don't know what I'm talking about, but it's funny because we actually enjoy watching that show a lot. My cousin mostly enjoys that show the most out of any of us. So he joins into my party today at PlayStation. We're just playing some Destiny, and he's like, "Oh my god, you're not gonna believe what I found today." I'm like, "What'd you find?" He's like, "I found the old Rick and Morty." I'm like, "There was an old Rick and Morty?" See, I like watching the show, and I don't really know like all the lore and depth behind it. All I know is there's a drunken grandpa that takes his grandson out on crazy ass adventures. That is all I know. So he's explained to me how pretty much it started out as an old show called Doc and Morty, but the Morty's all spelled weird. I'll have it like somewhere like right here, or maybe in the middle of the screen, kind of telling, like, what am I saying? Showing how it's spelled and everything. But yeah, apparently it was like that before Adult Swim picked it up and changed it up a little bit. And I'm just like, oh, well, that's kind of cool. And he's like, I watched the first episode, and it's so fucked up. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he proceeds to tell me about how it's like worse than before, and I'm like, there's no way. Because like with Rick and Morty, it's not the worst. I think the worst shows about like, well, at least about how dark and like fucked up their humor is, it would most definitely have to be either Brickleberry or South Park. Those two are definitely tied for it. But he's like, you need to watch it. I'm like, okay, I'll watch it sometime later. He sends the link of the website he watched it on to my phone, and he's like, you have to watch it now. I'm just like, okay, I'll watch it now. So I'm watching it, and I'm looking at this thing, and I'm like, what in the hell is this? Because it literally, like, it looked like the characters, but it was in the like animation style of Squidbillies, and I just thought it was so funny because it just looked so like out of place. My aim is bad. Fuck. So I'm watching it, and I'm just like, okay. Seems typical. It seems kind of typical, kind of like the standard show. And then well, how do I say this without possibly getting my video age restricted? It involves, well, actually, okay, so it involves, most of the show involves Morty licking something he shouldn't be licking. I'll just leave it as that. And I'm just like, okay, there's been plenty of shows that have actually not shown it, that have like showed it in a way where it's like, you know, where it's like the person goes down and it's like, oh, okay, you know what's going on, but they're not showing it. This shit got whole next level. It was showing it, and I was just like, excuse me? The fuck? Like, it... I don't know. And then I proceeded to watch some more episodes. There's only 4 episodes. And the only funny episodes were like episodes 1 and 3, and I was just... the third episode I can't even talk about. It's 10 times worse than how I try. There's no way I can describe it without like definitely getting my shit Bubba. Why? But yeah, I'm probably just gonna end up leaving it. Like, I'll just put it somewhere in the description, so that the link in the description where my cousin found it, so that way you guys can watch it on your own time if you want, because I'm not going to put any clips because there's no way in hell I'd get away with putting it on here. But yeah, I think the funniest part of the whole thing was when my brother came home from school, and I was like, hey David, come watch this real quick. He's like, fine. And literally, we're watching the first episode, and once it gets to the part, all you hear him do is, nope, 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 just shouting no as loud as he can. And we're dying of laughter. And anywho, we're dying of laughter, and it was interesting. And I can't wait for the day that we get to show Cole that, because it seems like something that would make him laugh his ass off. At least that's the goal for it.
5 minutes remaining.
Ooh. Now see, this is what I like to see. Not that bullshit that happened at the beginning of the video. This is definitely how you started off. Alright guys, that's going to end it for this video. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, feel free to leave a like. I'd very much appreciate it. And also, subscribe to see more videos like this in the future and everything like that. And also, I'd just like to say real quick, thank you guys for all the support you're giving me on my videos. It truly does mean a lot. Honestly, when I wake up and see that I'm getting people watching my videos and enjoying them, it just makes me feel good, and it makes me want to keep doing this. So as long as you guys keep enjoying my content, I'm going to keep doing this for you guys. As always, take care of yourselves, guys, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye.